Massena Building Supply, 70 Water Street, Massena. Massena General Contracting, phone 764-5457 or toll free 1-800-427-0226. By the Massena Super Duper Hardhaven Shopping Center, Massena, and by Han Welding Supply, located on Route 56 near the intersection of Route 37. Stand by for Massena Red Raider hockey on WMSA. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Massena Arena for tonight's game between the Red Raiders and the Watertown Cyclones. I'm Jerry Manor, and I'm pleased to welcome new partner Dave McLennan. And Dave, it's sure good to have you aboard tonight.
Thanks, Jerry. I'm looking forward to this season. Excited like you are. I can't wait to get going.
Well, we're going to be going here in just a moment. Of course, Reg Cross has been my longtime partner as long as I've been here at WMSA. And Reg is retiring this year. We're going to miss him, but we sure appreciate you stepping in and taking over.
Well, Jerry, I hope the chemistry between you and I is as good as it was between you and Reg. And you mentioned about, or I mentioned about being nervous, and I listened to your interview with Stan before the game, and after 31 years, he's still nervous. He was trying, help me out. That shows you. 31 years, he gets younger looking every year.
Boy, he sure does. I think maybe retirement has something to do with that, Dave.
Oh, there's a possibility.
Well, tonight it's the Watertown Cyclones and the Massena Red Raiders. We're looking forward to a good game, but before we start, we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Raider hockey against the Watertown Cyclones, and we're about ready to say hello to the new 1989-90 hockey season. This is the Raiders' first game of the year. Watertown has played an exhibition game against Liverpool, losing 5-3, the fifth goal being an open net goal. Watertown, not one of the stronger teams in the league since they came in. They, of course, are competing now with Watertown IHC for talent over in the Watertown area. It makes it tough. Their minor hockey program is not all that old.
No, they've been in the NAC about 3 years. I think they've had hockey for about 8 years, Jerry. Both clubs tonight, one big question mark, I think, it's inexperience. Both coaches mentioned that, Stan Moore and Coach Justin Madden of the Cyclones. Youth and inexperience.
Well, we'll see what happens here tonight. Pat Tracy steps into the circle for Massena, centering Scott McCracken and Scott Murphy, Joe Daldo, Ryan Hershey, and Jay Chandler, and we're underway. And Tracy lugs it in the Watertown zone, trying to center it, and a sprawling McCracken just fires it wide. Puck in the zone, picked up there. Here's a chance right in front, and it goes back to the point. Brett Schneider winds his shot high over the left shoulder of goaltender Jason Tremont. And Doldo tries to clear the zone for Watertown. He can't. Puck poke checked away again, and right on goaltender Tremont. And he's going to hold on as Scott Murphy coming in. So Massena right off the bat with some good chances.
Yeah, young sophomore Scott Murphy, he did an excellent job forechecking on that shift. He bottled up the Cyclones, handed out one solid check, stole the puck, and almost danced in and scored a goal.
Massena coming out with his second line now. Jake Morris centering Tommy Moore and Jeff Bigelow. Off the faceoff. The puck right side of the net. And it's bouncing around, comes back to the point, and is picked up there by Tim Thompson. His drive deflected up into the wall, and the faceoff will come inside Watertown zone. It was deflected by a Watertown defenseman.
Two big shots early in the ball game, Jerry, from the point by the Raiders. Cyclones are going to have to shut down that point.
Morris steps into the faceoff once again. Bouncing puck comes in behind the net. Defenseman picking it up there is Bryant. Fires it around the boards, not out, kept in at the point by Brian Lebac. Lebac pokes at it again, finally comes out to center ice. Morris drops it back to Thompson. Headman pass on the wing. Jeff Bigelow. Bigelow trying to center, goes in the slot. Nobody there except the Cyclone, and it's back out to center ice. Thompson again for the Raiders, trying to dump it to an open wing. Breaking through again. Here comes Bigelow. He's got Morris. Keeps it himself. The shot, the save, the rebound. And another save by Tremont. And Doldo breaks back out. Here comes Watertown's Doldo. Gets by the defenseman Lebac. Here's Doldo. Shot. Save. DeRushy, he holds on. The puck sitting on the side of the net. He dumps on it. And we'll have a face-off as Doldo, who's been out there since the game started, almost got a break there, but a big save by Bruce DeRushy. After Massena with a lot of pressure.
Yeah, Joel Doldo is he's the ace of the Cyclone squad, and he danced around the Raider defenseman and walked right in, and Bruce DeRushy held his ground, didn't give him anything.
And we've got the so-called Smurf line out there now. Fauché, Davis, and Whitcup off the face-off. The puck picked up by Eddie Davis trying to get it out. Davis has it poked away, bouncing away. And finally, it's kept in there by Watertown. Oh, hard check thrown, but a shot hit the goalpost as it got by DeRushy. Puck still in the Massena zone. Finally, it comes free. Picked up by Joey Fauché. Drops it back on the defense to Tommy Post. Post behind his own net for Massena. Here's Post with it, waiting. Being forechecked now by Chris McCarthy. Comes out left side. Long headman pass back to the point. Kept in there. They jam at it. Finally, Fauché picks it up. Breaks out of there. Here comes Joey with a puck across the blue line on the right side. Gets by the defense. Shot. Nice save by goaltender Tremont. The puck goes wide. Good shifty move there by Fauché. Back to the point. Here's a shot taken. Another save by Tremont. Puck bouncing in the circle. Finally picked up there by Mark James, the defenseman. Fires it around the boards. Now Jason Labarge gets a shot off for Massena. And it hits the side of the net. Tremont's out of his net trying to control it. And finally, it's picked up by the Cyclones. They try to get it out of there, Scott Bryant, and he finally does all the way down in the Massena zone. Labarge has to come back for it for the Raiders. Here's Jason feeding it around the nets for his playing partner, Tommy Post. Post picks it up and starts out. Here's Post down the left wing side. He's going to lug it himself. The shot from just outside the blue line goes high over the net. And it's back to pick it up for the Cyclones, Chris Waltz. Waltz trying to clear the zone, has it poked away, finally comes out to center ice. And the winger, Ryan Hershey, has it poked away from him. Intercepted there on the defense by Massena. That's Scott Murphy in the zone, and the puck bounced right back out. And racing back for it is Scotty McCracken for the Raiders. McCracken in his own end now, behind the net. Here comes McCracken out the left side, building up ahead of steam. Headman pass. Pat Tracy. Pat Tracy takes it in right side, trying to shift it. Comes right across in front. Murphy shot. Another nice save. Tremont. Murphy picks up the loose puck. Shoots again. Tremont in the chest. And he holds on, and some nice pass work by that first line.
Excellent, Jerry, and nice sustained action. And a couple of things in that last Tommy Poston was out there. A devastating check. I'm sure Coach Moore would like to see that. And twice, Jeff Bigelow and his line was out there, and Joey Fauché both danced in, and they made a mistake. They didn't look up. They kept the head down. I'm sure this will improve as the season goes. They have the open side.
Brett Schneider, a shot on the pass at the point, and a save is made by Jason Tremont. Long headman pass, Watertown. Mike Adams picking it up there. Bounces it back out to center ice. And finally, it's picked up. And here comes Massena's Murphy. He kind of stepped over the blue line and fell and loses the puck, but it slides in the Watertown zone. Murphy trying to forecheck, but is poked back out. Mike Adams picks it up and shovels it right back in the zone. McCracken trying to come up with it. Tremont stops it behind the net and leaves it. Around the boards it comes. Ryan Hershey taken out of the play by Schneider. McCracken back to Tracy, who's filled in for Schneider at the point. His shot knocked down. It's in the slot. Schneider after it, looking for it. He gets upended, and the puck slides out to center ice. We've got a 2-on-1 for Watertown. Schneider trying to get back. He does. And Pat Tracy, who had to step in and play defense that time, makes a good play. Headman pass meant for McCracken. Massena's going to make a line change, however, and the puck comes back in Watertown zone. Mark James, the defenseman, picking it up. On the Bob Post scoreboard, there's no score, 0-0. Off the face-off. Here comes Jeff Bigelow breaking by the right side. Bigelow, headman pass, trying to center it, and it's knocked down. Back to the point. Thompson winds. His shot deflected right on, and the glove save made by Jason Tremont. Be interesting to see how many saves he ends up with. He's had quite a few already.
And Jerry, the Cyclones, they're outmatched in the early going. They're packing it in front of the net now, and it's leaving those points wide open. It's just a matter of time when the Raiders are going to pop one if they get a nice low shot from the point. And another thing you mentioned about number 20, Pat Tracy, playing defense back there. I'm sure Coach Moore won't want him to handle the puck when he's the last man back like that.
That's for sure. Off the face-off, the puck at center ice. Thompson there, drops it to Levac, back to Thompson. Headman pass, knocked down. Trying to pick it up is Bigelow from Massena. He loses it, comes back to the blue line. Mark James. James headman intercepted. Levac, who's just a freshman. He played as an 8th grader last year. Dumps it in the corner. Watertown zone. Trying to pick it up there for Massena is Bigelow. He can't quite control it. It bounces out to center ice, and Daldo has it. Daldo's the man to watch for this team from Watertown, and he came across the blue line, had the puck in his skates, and offsides will be the call.
Jerry, is one thing that the defense of Massena is going to have to watch. Timmy Thompson just made a mistake. They're hammering away at the Cyclone goaltending, and the puck came back, and in that situation, back to the point, Thompson should have retreated. He dove in, missed the puck, and created a 2-on-1 for the Cyclone.
A lot of times when you're going good offensively, the defenseman can fall asleep and come in too far and get caught up ice. Okay, here comes Massena with an opportunity across the blue line. The Raiders breaking in on the right side. That's Ed Davis in behind, leaves for Joey Fauché. Here's Foch, back to the point. Here's a shot. Post, through screen, goes wide, deflected, and it comes in behind the net. Now Davis after it there. Oh, he takes a hard check, and the puck picked up by Sean Clements. Back to the point. Yeah, it did come out. Back in again. Post couldn't quite keep it in, and offsides will be called on Massena.
Stan is really impressed with this, as you refer to it, and he's referred to it as the Smurf line. Bobby Whitcup is 5'2", and Joey Fauché 5'5". Eddie Davis, the sophomore, is the giant on the line. He's 5'10", and he had a pretty good collision behind the net with a Watertown defenseman.
Faceoff will come just outside the Watertown zone. The Tracy line back out there. Schneider on the pass, dumps it in behind the net. Racing in is Scott Murphy. Oh, Murphy gets by a check. Looking in behind the net, centers it. It goes to McCracken right side, trying to get it in the slot. Knocked down. McCracken picks it up anyway. Now the Brett Schneider who dumps it in behind the net again. Murphy after it there, trying to come up with it, has it poked away. Tracy whacks at it, fires it wide. Kind of a tomahawk shot there. Schneider pinches in, keeps it in. Goes in behind the net for Murphy. Murphy's got the puck, centering pass, deflected wide. McCracken fanned on the shot. Puck back to the point. Mike Adams takes a wind, deflected just wide again. Murphy races for it in the corner from Massena, looking to dump it behind the net. Here's McCracken with it. Scotty back to the point. Schneider's wind. The shot deflected right on. Rebound sets. Tracy shot. Another save by Tremont. A couple of big saves by Tremont. Puck comes in the corner. Finally, the Cyclones are going to pick it up and just dump it out to center ice. Mike Adams comes back for it, picks it up as his own blue line. Massena putting on all kinds of pressure, but so far, nothing to show for it. Now Tracy gets by a defenseman trying to split the D. He's taken out of the play there by Mark James of Watertown, and the puck's out to center ice. Racing to pick it up. Here comes Daldo. Schneider takes a whack at it. Daldo gets by him. Here's a sharp angle shot, and Bruce DeRushy had the goalpost covered. Puck goes wide into the corner. Bounces free. Schneider looks to tie it up. Now he's going to skate it. Can't tie it up in your own end anymore. Puck comes out to McCracken. McCracken, headman for Murphy, too far. Dumped right back to the Massena line. There's Levac with it. His pass is intercepted. Slides to the Massena blue line. Here's Daldo across the blue again, trying to feed it to his winger. The shot, and it's in the corner off the stick of, I think that was Chandler. Now in behind the net, racing for it for Massena is Jeff Bigelow. Headman doesn't get it out. It's at the blue line. They bounce it around. Chandler again trying to come up with it, but it's intercepted and out to center ice for Massena. Back there's Mark James with it. His headman intercepted. Thompson, offsides as he tried to hit Jeff Bigelow just a step ahead of the blue line.
Jeff Bigelow just made a mistake or made a pass that if the Montreal Canadiens did it, I know Pat Burns would chew out whoever made it. He came behind the net and threw it out in front of his own net in a maze of players. I don't know who he was trying to pass to, but I'm sure Coach Stan Moore's going to say something about that.
Off the face-off, Labarge is out there playing defense. Labarge and Tommy Post. And up front, it's the Smurf line. Across the blue line they come. Here's a quick shot off the stick of Eddie Davis. Puck back to the point. Here's Post with it over to Labarge. Labarge dumps it side of the net. Moving it around is Whitcup. We have a whistle and a little action. Oh, the net came off its moorings.
That's off. The Cyclones have two individuals really going well for them right now, Jerry. Justin Tremont, the goaltender, is really hot, and it's number 7, Joe Daldo. It's quite a hockey player.
He's a player. On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, there's no score, 0-0. We're in the first period, 7:12 left. Off the faceoff, puck controlled in behind the net by Sean Clements for the Cyclones, one of the captains of this club. His headman pass goes to Chris McCarthy. McCarthy trying to lug it by Labarge, takes him out of the play, and Jason picks it back up over to Post. Post behind his own net now. Starts out right side. Post is going to carry it. Post controls it. Pretty good stick handling there across the blue line. Nice move. Shifts into the slot. His shot. He fired it wide. Pretty good action there by Tommy Post. He right in the slot again. Here's a shot knocked down. That shot taken by Bobby Whitcup. Not much wood on it. The puck comes back to the blue line. Kept in by Fauché, who would step back to fill the point slot. Now the puck bounces over his stick out to center ice. Post over to Labarge. He dumps it right back in Watertown territory. Fauché, short side shot, hits the side of the net as Tremont had the corner covered. Picking it up is Sean Clements, the defenseman. Headman pass gets back to the blue line and slides out to center ice. Tommy Post with it. Jason Labarge. Labarge just dumps it. Massena wants a line change. Bobby Whitcup just threw a pretty good check. Labarge follows up, shot right on. Tremont makes a save and is going to hold on as racing in on him is Scott Murphy. Massena in the middle of a line change, so the faceoff will come in Watertown territory.
I think the Massena fans are going to be really pleased with this line of Ed Davis, Joey Fauché, and Bobby Whitcup. They're impressive out here tonight. They're throwing the weight around. They're moving the puck, and as Stan said, they're going to surprise a lot of people, and I think they can score some goals, too.
Tracy line out there. Tracy wins the draw. Shot! He fired it high and a little bit wide. Puck goes back into the corner. After it there, Scott Murphy dumps it in behind the net, but Darrell Wilder is there to pick it up. McCracken throws him for a loop, but the puck slides out to center ice. Schneider throws a check. The puck comes back, and Murphy has to come back for it in his own end left side. Long headman pass right on the stick of McCracken. McCracken's headman goes off the boards. Tracy, a foot race for it, and the goaltender Tremont gets there first. Back to the point as Tremont takes a check. Murphy centering pass. McCracken shot. Oh, he fired it wide. Open net, and he fired it wide. Now Brett Schneider pokes in there, tries to slide it around to McCracken. McCracken looks up, dumps it behind the net. Nobody there except Watertown's Bryant. Puck comes free, bouncing right in front. They jam at it, and finally Tremont steps on it and holds on for the faceoff. We're down to 5:18 left on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 0-0 still, but it's been close.
Yeah, Jerry, Scott McCracken shot actually went behind the goaltender, went behind Tremont, between him and the goalpost. If he could have angled a little better, he had himself a goal. It's almost like a shooting gallery right now. It's just a matter of time, I feel.
Jake Morris's line out there. Morris with Bigelow and Moore. And all three of these players have had some experience. Puck comes back to the point. Here's a shot by Levac, and it's right on. Kind of misfired on it, though. Didn't get a lot of wood, and easy save for Tremont. One of the easier ones he's had.
Yes, he's been pretty busy.
We'll face it off again on the right side. Still 0-0 on the Bob Post State Farm scoreboard. Back to the point. Here's the drive by Levac. Got more wood on it. Deflected by Morris. Goes wide. On the other side, racing in there's Timmy Thompson. In behind the net, looking to center it. Tremont gets a stick on it. Breaks up the pass. Thomas jams at it, centers it, but it goes to Jay Chandler, and he starts out for Watertown. Here's Chandler down the right side, trying to dump to Doldo. Doldo looking for it. Whoa, almost a problem for Levac, but he managed to hold on. Now the puck in front. Thompson headman pass. Massena breaks it out of there. Down the line, it's Bigelow across. Shifting, centering pass. Morris goes behind him. He gets up with it, trying to center it, but it's taken away by Doldo. And Doldo's just going to say, let's get it out of here. Thompson stops it, drops it over to Levac. Levac headman Morris goes by him, back out to center ice. Here comes Thompson now, trying to center it. Bigelow across the blue line, right side. Bigelow gets by one, gets by two, upended, but gets his legs, trying to center it. He still has the puck in the corner, got by a couple of checks. Trying to set it up. Centering pass right in front. The shot knocked down. They jam at it. Picking it up there is Fauché. He can't quite control it. Chases it in the corner. Back to the point. Here's Levac. Fakes a shot. Nice move. The big drive. And it's deflected high over the net. Fauché in behind the net. Goes back to the point again. Jason Labarge decides to go in the corner. Fauché racing right in front. The shot just wide. Big opportunity. Watertown clears it as Bobby Whitcup had a good opportunity there. Now both teams changing up. And the puck goes all the way down the ice. I think it's going to be icing. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the first icing of the game.
Yes, it is, Jerry. Jason Tremont, he's holding his ground. He's standing tall. He's not giving an inch. The Raiders are buzzing around there. That last shift out there by Jeff Bigelow, he was just a whirling dervish. He was all over the ice, throwing checks, making passes. He's an impressive figure coming down. I'd hate to be a defenseman having to face him as he comes barreling down that right side.
Face off left side. Fauché trying to get the draw. Here's a shot. Bruce DeRushy, who has not been too busy, has to make a save. Puck picked up there by Bobby Whitcup. Headman pass Labarge. He's going to break. A lot of rushing defensemen on this Massena team. Trying to center it right in front. Tremont's out of there. Fauché shot. Oh, big save by the defenseman. And the goaltender, Jason Tremont, is going to stop it and jump on it. Let's see who that defenseman was. But he made a big save. Chris Waltz, as he's the one that blocked that shot. It looked like Fauché had a goal for sure.
Yes, he had the wide open net. I don't know where Watts came from, but he slid across. And again, I think maybe if Joey had looked up a little bit and picked a spot, they're just kind of banging away at it. They've had a lot of good shots. They're not looking up, and this will come as the season progresses. When as the skills improve a little bit, they'll start looking instead of just blasting away.
Off the faceoff, Murphy in the corner as the first line out there, the Tracy line. We're going to have a handling the pass call, or handling the puck, I should say, hand pass, whatever, against Massena. That'll move the faceoff outside the zone. Watertown in there with the Doldo line. Or no, I guess they've started changing things around already. That's certainly not Doldo centering that. We've got Hershey on the left wing. Off the faceoff. Puck controlled by the Cyclones. And it goes into the zone. That's number 19, and you know I don't have a 19.
No, I don't either. He hasn't been out there before.
Perhaps it may be Jay Chandler, and I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, here comes Tracy in his own end. Headman pass to Murphy. Murphy's going to split the D. Turns on the turn of speed all by himself. Shot. Score! and he went head first into the net, but Murphy will get the goal, and Massena scores, draws first blood. It's 1-0 on the Bob Post scoreboard.
Just a matter of time on that one, Jerry. An excellent move by Scott Murphy. He came down on, he picked the puck up in the neutral zone, and he's a big, he's 6 foot. I don't know what's his weight. He's 6 foot, I think, 175 pounds. He's only a sophomore, but great hands.
Like that.
Yeah, great hands. He danced around, gave that defenseman a little fake, and used the same move on the goaltender.
Daldo out there now with Chandler, off the faceoff. Puck comes to the Massena blue line. Thompson trying to throw the check. Picking it up there is Bigelow. Bigelow headman to Morris across the blue line. The drive and a save. Tremont the rebound. And another save by Tremont on the shot by Tommy Moore. Picked up by Morris in the corner. Nice move in the slot all by himself. The shot. He fired it wide. And the puck comes around on the other side to Ryan Hershey. Back to the point. Not out of there. Now Moore with it. Trying to feed it in behind the net. Racing to pick it up there is Bigelow. Bigelow dumps it in behind again. Tommy Moore over on the other side. Tommy goes after it in the corner, trying to go back to the point, but it's controlled by Watertown's Daldo, and he brings it out to center ice. He can move with it. Here's Daldo. Oh, he made a nice move. Gets by one, gets by two. Here's a shot. He fired it wide as he made Ryan Levac look a little bit silly that time, but the puck's back out to center ice. Here comes Morris across the blue line. He's got Moore with him. Morris centers it right in the slot. Tremont gets a stick on it, and the Cyclones manage to pick it up and start out again. Center ice. Timmy Thompson, defenseman for Massena, picking up the loose puck, makes a good move, feeds it ahead, gets it back again. He starts across the blue line. Here comes Timmy Thompson in on the right side. He stops, gets by a check. Thompson in behind the net, centering pass right in front. Tremont stops it with a big stick and feeds it in the corner. Now it's out to center ice. And here's an opportunity for Ryan Hershey. Hershey comes back in the zone. He's being back-checked by Bobby Whitcup, and Whitcup pokes it in the corner. Now the puck around the boards. Thompson, headman to Foch. Fauché starts it out again. Here comes Joey, across the red line, across the blue line, trying to feed it through. It goes into the corner, and finally it's picked up back to the point. Jason Labarge. Labarge is shot through traffic, and had that been on, it would have been a goal because nobody saw it. Now the puck back to the point again. Here's a shot by Levac right on the save made, and he manages to cover it up. And we'll have a face-off as, again, the Smurf line buzzing around.
Yeah, they're impressive out there. The Cyclones must think there are about 5 of them on that line because they're all over the place.
59 seconds left in period number 1 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Massena 1 and Watertown no score. Off the face-off, Tracy line out there, back to the point. Adams, he skates it into the slot, has it poked away, gets it back again. Back to the point, Brett Schneider. Schneider dumps it into the corner. Mike Adams after it, trying to leave it for McCracken. Now Schneider has to come into the corner after it. In the Watertown zone, makes a good move, gets by the defenseman in behind the net. Schneider looking to pass it, goes back to Mike Adams at the point. Adams, the big drive, knocked down by the defense, and it slides all the way back in the Massena zone where DeRushy is waiting for it. He feeds it for Pat Tracy. 30 seconds left, first period. Here comes Tracy, headman. We have a whistle, and we're going to have an interference call on the first penalty of the ball game. And it's going to go against Tim Thompson of Massena, or no, Mike Adams, I should say, of Massena, as he gets the gate for interference. And Watertown will have the first power play of the game. That penalty coming at 14:32, period number 1, with the scoreboard, Bob Post scoreboard reading Massena 1, Watertown no score. You can bet Daldo's going to be out there on this power play.
I'm sure he will. It'll give us a chance to see what type of power play the Cyclones have and how the Raiders are going to set up to kill this, whether they're going to go aggressively or a passive box. We'll see.
Okay, Pat Tracy and Scott McCracken out there along with Levac and Schneider. Schneider picks up the puck behind his own net, trying to feed it over on the other side. Levac is there, finds the hole, and dumps it into the Massena bench. Not exactly where you want to go with it. That'll move the faceoff back inside Massena territory with 14 seconds left.
I've seen some nasty cuts happen to hockey players and to coaches that aren't paying attention because a lot of times that puck comes along there along the dasher and you don't know how it's going to kick off. You have to be on your toes.
Did you ever catch one in your years of coaching?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Tracy will take the faceoff against Daldo. Chandler and Hershey are up front, and it's Clemo and Clemens back. Oh, Tracy, nice faceoff, gets it all the way down the ice. 10 seconds left in the period. Right now, Massena just wants to finish out this period. And then we'll worry about killing the rest of it in the second period. 4, 3, 2. That's going to take care of the first period. And the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard reads Massena 1 and Watertown, no score. Bob Post, State Farm Insurance, 91 Main Street, Massena. Also Brian Levac. And up front, it's going to be Daldo, Hershey, and Chandler. No doubt about that. Bryant, or Wilder. No, that is Bryant. Bryant will be back with Mark James for Watertown at the points. Comes to James off the faceoff. He feeds it to Hershey. Hershey trying to take it across. Schneider intercepts the pass, dumps it out to center ice, and it gets by James and goes back in his own end. He has to come back. Massena going from right to left. Watertown the other way as we face it from the press box at the arena. Back in the Massena zone. Levac with it. Steps by a check. Looks for the hole and doesn't get it out. Kept in there nicely by Scotty Bryant. Bryant back to Daldo. Daldo cuts across the grain. Drops it back to the point. James. James, the defenseman for Watertown, to Bryant. Bryant on the right point, trying to feed it in the corner to Chandler. Here's Chandler circling into Daldo, in behind the net. 25 seconds left in the man advantage. No, that's not Daldo, that's Hershey. Hershey with it, trying to feed in Chandler, and it's deflected away by Brett Schneider. McCracken back to Schneider. Schneider feeds it around on the other side, and it's picked up there by Ryan Hershey. Hershey for Watertown, brings it back to the point, drops it over on the other side. James, the wind, the shot, save made by DeRushy. Puck goes in the corner. Ryan Hershey picks it up. Hershey goes back to the point. James, the drive. The penalty is up. It goes to the side of the net. Schneider loses it. Here's Daldo. Wraparound shot. Centering pass. And it goes back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down in front. And it goes wide. Adams out of the penalty box trying to poke it. It goes off Watertown up into the stands. And we'll have a face-off. I don't know if we mentioned the officials tonight, Dave. Butch Martin and Lenny Landrio, a couple of veteran officials.
Yes, he was.
Off the face-off. Labarge with it now. Headman pass meant for Bigelow. Stolen away from him. Taken into the zone there. And it comes in behind the net. I want to call this guy Chris Parker because that's the number Parker wore, but it's Bigelow. And he feeds it ahead. Jason Labarge trying to catch up with it in the Watertown end. Taken out of the play. He comes up with it anyway. Here's Labarge into the slot. The shot knocked down nicely on the defense. Now the puck comes free. In behind the net again. Tommy Post trying to get free of his man. Comes up with it. Feeds it in behind the net. Now racing for it. Here's Jake Morris. Morris in the slot. Back to Post at the point. Post the drive. The save by Tremont. Nice low shot right on the ice. After it is Bigelow in the corner. Steps by a check. Lost his footing. Gets up again. His centering pass knocked down and out to center ice. And Levac just managed to stop it. And Morris comes back. Feeds it in the corner again. Goes in behind the net. Bigelow after it there from Massena. Bigelow steps by a check. Trying to control it. Passes to himself off the boards in behind. Here's Bigelow around trying to center it. Goes hits the side of the net. Morris trying to race for it. And he is taken out of the play. The puck into the corner. They jam for it. And it's still free apparently. Back to the point. Tommy Post. The big drive way wide by about 3 feet. Puck bounces. Labarge pinches in. Manages to get it up into the stands. And we'll have another face-off. 12:25 left. Sometimes the Massena defenseman taking some chances, and that could come back to haunt him sometimes.
Yes, it could. We mentioned that you'd get her watching him when the action was fast and furious in front of the Watertown goalie. He was doing his best to keep the Massena forwards out of there. He was banging them. I like to see that.
Off the face-off, picked up by Eddie Davis. The Smurf line out there again. We're going to have fun with that this year. Whitcup with it behind the net now. Trying to center it, Davis. Davis now stepping in. Adams back to Whitcup in behind the net. Gets by him. James whacks at it. Goes around the boards. Adams with it. Sharp angle shot, kind of fanned on it. And Watertown controls. Adams trying to knock down the puck. Comes free, picked up again. Here comes Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup's got Davis with him. Tries to center it. Knocked down. Back to the point, and the Cyclones clear it out. Watertown, that's Daldo. Poke checked away by Schneider. Comes back out. Whitcup picks it up, drops it back. Now the headman pass intercepted there by Chandler. Chandler gets by Fauché, but right there is Schneider to pick it up and race it down and feed it deep in Watertown territory. Comes free in front of the net, and Fauché races for it. Couldn't catch up with it. Ed Davis does. Feeds Fauché behind the net. Joey trying to center it. Gets tied up by Daldo. Daldo and Fauché jam in the corner. Daldo comes away with it. Back to the blue line, out to center ice. Here's Daldo. He gets by Thompson. Daldo, we've got a 2-on-1. The big drive. He fired it way wide, and he had a man wide open and didn't see him apparently. Now the puck comes free in front of the net. Thompson. Headman pass. Fauché. Joey breaks out of there now, and he's going to dump it. Massena, I think, is going to make a line change here. Puck comes to the side of the net. Tremont feeds it into the corner, and right back out comes Watertown the other way. Mishandled. McCracken. McCracken trying to feed Pat Tracy. Tracy after it along with Clemens. Tracy pokes it away. Clemens gets it, and trying to feed it out. It hits a man and bounces back into the corner. Here's McCracken shot. Hit the goalpost. The rebound, and it goes wide. Back to the point. And the puck kept in at the point by Thompson. He throws a check but loses it. They jam for it. Back to the point. Tracy the drive. Ouch. Knocked down by the defenseman. Comes back out to the blue line. Not out yet. Kept in. Oh, a hard check thrown by Thompson. Puck comes free again. Coming back for it there. And around the boards in the corner. Goaltender comes out and plays it. Pat Tracy picks it up. Has it poke checked away. And it's out to center ice again. Long headman pass meant for Krapser. He can't catch up with it for the Cyclones. Brian Levac has it. Circles in behind his own net. The Tracy line out from Massena. Levac lugging it ahead. Looking. Goes for McCracken. Not a good pass. Intercepted. Following up is Thompson into the zone. Murphy tries to catch up with it. Can't. It's poke check back center ice. Levac again trying to dump it to an open wing. McCracken gets it by way of a Watertown miscue. Now Tracy picks it up at the blue line. Tracy across. He's going to drive. Goes off the defenseman James' leg. That had to hurt a little bit, and it goes into the glass and off the ice surface. We'll face it off in Watertown territory.
That was a long, sustained action, Jerry. One thing that the Cyclones did that time, and I'm sure Coach Justin Maddle mentioned to him, and again, an inexperienced club, the Raiders were piling on the pressure, and Watertown had several chances to get the puck out. Just dump it, take an icing, get a whistle, regroup. They didn't. They tried to pass the puck out, didn't put any steam on the clearing passes. Sometimes you just have to dump it out of there and take an icing.
The Peach Jeweler scoreboard says 1-0 Massena, and we're back into action here. Jason Labarge at his own blue line. Feeds McCracken on the right wing. Scotty takes it across. Right side, trying to get by the defense, taken away from him, and bounces back out to center ice. Tommy Post picking it up there. Post dumps it right back in and right on. Tremont has to make a save. McCracken leaves it for Tracy. Tracy in the slot, the shot, and he fired it over the net. And it goes into the corner again. Picked up there by Murphy. Centering pass right in front. Labarge. His shot is blocked, and it's picked up by Tracy in the corner. Tracy has it swept away by James. Goes back after it. He and James jamming in the corner, and Tracy picks it free. Tracy, side of the net. The shot short side. Save made by goaltender Tremont. Feeds it into the corner again. Back in to Murphy. Murphy right side. Stick handles nicely. Has it poke checked away at the last minute. McCracken in the corner left side. McCracken dumping it for Murphy on the other side. Goes in behind the net. And finally, it's dumped back to the blue line by James out to center ice. And here comes Watertown back the other way. That's Jay Chandler taken out of the play nicely by Tom Post. Chandler gets up somehow and gets it right on. The bouncing puck is still free, goes in behind the net. We're going to have a penalty on Massena as a holding call will go against the Red Raiders. And that will mean a Watertown power play. 8:34 left to play second period. The Peach Jeweler scoreboard reads 1-0 for Massena.
The Cyclones, they're running out of gas, Jerry. It's evident down there inside their own end. The coach is going to have to change lines a little quicker, I think. They made instead of playing the man down there, when they start just playing the puck, and bending over it the way they're tired. They're tired right now.
Off the face-off, puck in the corner. Bouncing around. Watertown controlling it. Chris Waltz with it. Back to the point. His shot knocked down. Bouncing puck picked up by Brett Schneider. Schneider looking, finds the hole, lifts it high in the air. The old knuckle floater goes down the ice and comes in on Tremont, and he feeds it back out to center ice. Now here comes Watertown. James with it. In the zone. Poked away from him. Back out down the ice. Racing back for it is Sean Clements, the defenseman, picking it up for Watertown. His headman goes to Mike Adams at his own blue line, and Mike's going to dump it down the ice for Massena again. Back to pick it up is our mystery player, number 19. We'll have to get his name between periods. The puck, Morris picks up the loose puck. Here's Jake trying to split the D. Didn't quite make it through. And it's back in the zone. Now out to center ice. Mike Adams is there. Feeds it on the other side for Brett Schneider, and he just knocks it on the fly down the ice again. Now the Cyclones trying to clear out of the zone. Puck stolen away again. Mike Adams with it. He's going to dump it down the ice. We're down to 20 seconds in the minor penalty. Coming back for it is Jay Chandler. Chandler for Watertown. Circles in his own end. McCracken trying to forecheck. Chandler gets ahead to Daldo. Daldo and Tracy. Daldo goes by Tracy. Daldo across the blue line in the zone. He gets by Adams. Adams took a poke at the puck, and Daldo fortunately couldn't get in on net. And now it's tied up in the corner. Of course, you can't do that. They jam for it. That'll be a penalty if they tie it up. The puck's still free, and Adams kicks it ahead and goes into the corner right side. Mike picks up the puck, kicks it. McCracken trying to feed Tracy, or actually that was Labarge. Now Tracy with it, drops it back. Timmy Thompson, headman. Tracy by way of a Watertown player. Here comes Pat. Headman from Murphy. The penalty is up, by the way, and Massena back to full strength. Not a very powerful power play for Watertown.
Basically
Thompson
gave him a chance to get a breather. That's all, Jerry.
Okay, down the ice. Murphy, stick handling, knocked away off sides will be the call as it came back out and right back in on the stick of Scott McCracken. So the faceoff will move outside Massena's zone. 6:29 left on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. It's 1-0 Massena.
Jerry, as a defenseman, and you alluded to it, Mike Adams, he played the puck that time. You don't do that against anyone, especially against not against Joe Daldo. And he made a big mistake there. Lucky it didn't cost him.
Okay, Thompson shot from center ice. The rebound right in front of the net. Fauché pokes it right on, and Tremont has to make another save. And we'll face it off in Watertown territory. Fauché doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Go for the net on the shot. Fauché out there with Davis and Whitcup for the Red Raiders. And it's Waltz out there with McCarthy and Krepser for Watertown. Face off left side. Off the draw. Puck bounces in the slot. Here's a shot right on taken by Davis. Real weak shot as a couple of sticks hit the puck at the same time. And the save made easily by Jason Tremont with 6:14 left. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, 1-0 Massena. Fauché wins the draw. Goes back to the point. Here's Thompson. The drive blocked. And fortunately, he didn't get caught up. And the puck slides through right in front. Racing for it was Davis. Couldn't get a stick on it. Now Fauché and Davis in behind the net. Davis gets by a check. Over on the other side, Whitcup. Whitcup tied up behind the net by James. Whitcup still fighting for it. They jam for it. Now Fauché comes in to help out, takes the puck. Here's Fauché looking back to the point. Here's the back shot, deflected wide. Fauché races for the rebound in the corner, back to the point. Thompson winds. This time he fakes it, slides it through. It comes to Fauché. Fauché and James jam for it. Fauché gets knocked down. James tries to slide it through. Fauché gets railed, and finally the puck's out to center ice. Picked up by Levac. Levac just lifts it into the zone. Racing for it again as Fauché can't quite catch it. It comes to Chris McCarthy. McCarthy's headman pass goes nowhere. Right back comes Massena. Here's an opportunity for the Red Raiders. Breaking in the zone, Davis, his shot. The save is made. Davis again behind the net. Wraparound shot, save again. The rebound in the circle. They jam for it. Comes back to the blue line. Davis again. He dumps it in the corner. Fauché races for it. Has it poked away. And it comes back to the blue line out to center ice. And trying to pass it ahead for Watertown was at number 19 again. And now the puck goes up into the stands. And Steve, you have a number 19 for Watertown? What's it? Quimby? Okay. I've got him down as 22. Okay. That's why.
Jerry sustained pressure that time and by the Smurf line. They just kept the puck in. They kept Watertown bottled up for probably a minute and a half, minute and 40 seconds.
Jake Morris is lined back out. Off the face-off, Labarge, who's playing defense for Massena, controls it. Headman Morris, he split him. Here comes Jake with a breakaway. Jake Morris breaking in right side. Shot. Fired it wide. And now Watertown back out to center ice. Tommy Post stops it there. Post, headman pass. Over in the wing, Bigelow. Bigelow gets checked out of the play, but gets up. Trying to center it. Morris is free in front, and the centering pass goes by his stick. And now the Cyclones are going to try to pick it up. But no, it's Post in behind the net. Stealing the puck. Into the circle. Right side. Stops. The quick wrist shot. And it goes wide. Now the puck picked up by Bigelow. Bigelow trying to go back at the point now. They jam for it. Right there is Tommy Moore. Moore gets knocked down, comes away with the puck. Here's Moore's shot. Knocked down by the defense, and Watertown clears it out to center ice on the backhand. Here's Post with it over to Labarge. Lifts it high in the air, and it goes in behind the net. Darrell Wilder, the defenseman for Watertown, picks it up, tries to feed it ahead. Now out to center ice, comes into the Massena zone. Goes off Tommy Post's skate in behind the net. Daldo taken out of the play, picks the puck up right in front, centering pass, save the rebound. DeRushy covers it up and holds on. And again, when that Joe Daldo's on the ice, Massena's got to watch out. They got to be careful in their own end.
He's 98% of the Cyclone offense, and he is a smooth hockey player. You mentioned Jake Morris. He did split the defense, walked in, and even though he missed the net with the shot, he was looking, Jerry. He had the head up, he was looking.
Pat Tracy's line back out from Massena. He'll face off against Daldo in the Massena line. 3:44 left in the second period on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. 1-0 Massena. But for the grace of God and Jason Tremont, it could be a lot worse than that.
Oh, I guess.
Off the face-off, puck comes to Brett Schneider. Daldo takes it right off his stick. Breaks in right side. Daldo knocked down in front, and the puck comes free. Tracy picks it up. Tracy's headman goes behind McCracken. McCracken turns around, feeds it to the blue line. Picked up there, breaking in Murphy. Murphy can't catch it. It goes into the corner off Tremont's stick. Murphy trying to center it. Daldo picks it up in front of the net, takes it behind, whips it around the boards. And it's Schneider poking it in. Into the corner it goes. Mark James with it. James. Murphy now. Murphy takes it away in behind the net, trying to wrap it right in front. Murphy still got it, but he can't control it. The bouncing puck comes back to the blue line, and Watertown controls it. Headman to Daldo. Daldo has it poke checked away by Schneider. Schneider trying to take him out of the play. They jam for it. The puck comes free. McCracken. McCracken headman Murphy. Murphy looks up. He's got Tracy breaking. Feeds him the puck. Going back to Murphy. Back out to center ice. Watertown back the other way. Jay Chandler with it. Chandler's headman knocked down by Mike Adams. Pat Tracy picking it up at the blue line. Here's Tracy. Headman past Schneider. Schneider across the red line. Dumps it from there. And Massena will make a change as Murphy goes deep in the corner after it. Here's Murphy with a puck. Trying to get by a check behind the net. Now Joey Fauché picking it up. Trying to drop it free. Mark James with it. Feeds it around the boards. Thompson shot. And it's gloved on the side of the net by Jason Tremont. We're down to 2:29 left in the second period. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 1-0 for Massena.
The Cyclones, we mentioned in the first period how they were defensively holding their own, good positional hockey. They're starting to break down, Jerry, this period somewhat, being out of position when they run the puck on the boards, the wing's not there, and I think that's because they're a little tired.
Fauché line out there. Whitcup and Davis are the two wingers. Off the face, the puck bounced back into the Massena zone, and Thompson has to come back for it. Timmy Thompson picks up the loose puck now, starts out. Here's Thompson's headman intercepted, and it's poked free. They jam for it. Finally, it's picked up once again by Eddie Davis. Davis, headman, knocked down at the blue line, kept in by Watertown. Here's a shot. DeRushy has to make a save. Now Levac picks it up. Levac moving it along the boards. Drops it back for Fauché. Fauché lugs it, starts out. Here's Fauché, looking, gets it out to Davis. Davis kind of lost the puck. Fauché follows it into the zone off sides. And Bobby Whitcup, well, he was a little anxious.
Yeah, and he wasn't off by much, but you like to see he wanted to go to that net. But again, that Smurf line, as Dan calls them, they look impressive out there. Fauché, Davis, and Bobby Whitcup. And that Eddie Davis is, as Danny Gallivan would say, he's got a cannonading shot. He rang one off the goalpost not too long ago.
Well, back out we come with the Jake Morris line. Morris with Tommy Moore and Jeff Bigelow. And the Cyclones have the Daldo line out there. Off the faceoff, dumped by Levac. Comes in behind Watertown net. Back there to defenseman Bryant trying to pick it up. He's being forechecked by Moore. Moore throws a check. The puck comes free. Bryant again after it. In behind the net, Morris trying to forecheck him. Now Moore. Moore can't quite come up with it. Comes up on the wing to Chandler, and he dumps it down the ice. It's going to go right on DeRushy, so no icing. And he leaves it for Thompson. Timmy with a puck now. Looking ahead, man, goes way out to center ice. I don't know who that was meant for, but it's picked up by Bryant. Bryant feeds it to James on the other side, who dumps it deep in the Massena zone again. Around the boards, we got a penalty, and I think it's going to go against the Cyclones. And it's going to be a tripping call. That's the first Watertown penalty of the hockey game.
Yeah, it was, and that was a borderline. Actually, the Watertown player was just trying to get around the net and trying to avoid. The Massena goalie stepped out. Bruce stepped out, and he kind of caught him with a stick, but it certainly wasn't intentional. That certainly was a borderline call, but
that's an ouch penalty too, because it's Daldo going off.
Oh yeah. Look at you can tell the Watertown coach is a little upset, but you have to live with those.
So Massena will be on the power play for the rest of the second period. Peach Jewelers scoreboard reads 1-0 Massena. Massena coming out with Tracy on the power play, McCracken out there, and Murphy. So the same first line. Adams playing 1 point, breaks into the corner. Murphy drops back to the point. He's got the puck. Murphy now feeds it to McCracken. Left side in the corner. McCracken stick handles, gets by the D, right on front, and he's going to take it in behind the net. Didn't really have much to shoot at. Now dumps it for Tracy. Tracy backhander high over the net, bounces in behind. Here's Scotty McCracken trying to center it. Tracy was in the slot. Back to the point. Schneider feeds to an open wing to Tracy. Pat Tracy with a puck side and then all by himself. Backhand shot. Nice save. The puck sits. Back to the point now. Adams winds, fakes the shot. Murphy, left corner shot right in front. Deflected just wide by Tracy. Here's Pat Tracy with a puck. Tracy in the 45, left side. Tracy now stick handling it. Goes back to the point. Adams tees it up. Fakes the shot. Now slides it through. Murphy trying to handle it. Can't. 14 seconds left in the period. Back to the point. Mike Adams with it. Adams fakes the shot, goes to Murphy, goes by him, and the puck comes in the corner. Now Tracy steals it from the defenseman who had picked it up. Here's Tracy, side of the net, circles in behind, and the penalty, or the period ends, and Massena doesn't come up with anything on the power play. It was almost, Dave, as if they were in too close.
Yeah.
Contact, physical contact with a bench before the new team goes on. That's going to be tough, too.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on that, and they bent that rule a little bit tonight, Jerry.
I think they're going to for a while, at least from the officials I've talked to. We're underway. Massena on the power play here for about 10 more seconds to start the third period. Of course, it's tough to come out on the power play and do much with it. But here comes Massena's Pat Tracy. Tracy skates it out to center ice. Headman pass. Murphy. Murphy gets by the defense. The puck a little too far ahead, and he is tied up. There's going to be an interference call. I'll tell you what, Scott Murphy did a good job to draw that penalty.
Yeah, that's a good penalty. The defenseman I'm trying to pick up his number. Scotty blew by him again, and who was it, number 10
James,
out there?
Mark James.
Mark James, and he was going in clear, and the defenseman reached straight around and clutched and put a grab on him, and it was good. That's a good penalty to take.
Well, that'll give Massena a power play here. And so Tracy stays right out there with line mates Murphy and McCracken. Schneider and Adams will be the point men. Face-off, Watertown zone. To the left of the goalie, off the draw. The puck comes in behind the net. McCracken after it. Scotty trying to hit side of the net. Gets it back again from the goaltender. Here's Scotty right side, back to the 45 Murphy. Murphy back to the point. Adams with it, goes to Murphy. Murphy, the big drive, and he fires it in behind that. Fake the big drive, I should say. And the puck comes to McCracken. McCracken and Schneider. Schneider skates away with it, takes it in the corner. Scotty drops back to the point. Here's McCracken with a pass. He's going to deflect it right on. The save made. Murphy kicks it and takes it into the corner. Murphy with it now. Centering pass. Score! It looked like a centering pass, but it was a quick wrist shot. And not only did it fool me, it fooled goaltender Jason Tremont. And Scott Murphy has his second goal of the game on the power play.
Jerry, that was the key. He looked to the slot, and everybody in the rink, including you and I, thought he was going to pass it. And Jason Tremont especially, and he just drilled one to the short side. The Raiders worked the puck around. They brought it back to the point. Scotty McCracken blasted a shot in there, and that loosened up the Cyclones in front. Good power play by the Raiders. Good power play.
So Massena takes 2-0 advantage on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. And here comes Massena's Bigelow breaking in by the D. Bigelow backhander. He gets hauled down. There's going to be another penalty on Watertown. Massena controls Morris's shot. Save made. Now it's picked up again by Bigelow. Bigelow in the corner, trying to get by a check. Now coming in to help it out is Tommy Moore, but the whistle blows, and they're going to call the penalty now. And Massena will go right back on the power play here. Watertown, they're tired.
Yes, they are. And Jeff Bigelow, again, blowing by the defenseman. All he could do is turn the blade of the stick and hook him and pull him down. Saved them from walking in clean. But they are definitely tired. I'm afraid the floodgates are going to really open now.
Mark James, again, same guy, same defenseman. And we're going to see Morris's line stay out there. So Jake's going to get an opportunity here with Bigelow and Moore. And on the points, Thompson back there along with Brian Levac. And Daldo, what's the story here? He's going back to the bench to talk with his coach. Well, we need another. There we go. Now we got 4. Watertown certainly doesn't want to play 2-man down.
I think he's just buying a little time there. He's tired. He's got to do, he's the offensive threat, and he's the defensive threat, too. He's buying a little time.
Off the face-off. Daldo controls it. Back to the point and dumps it down the ice. Now we got a foot race with Brian Levac going back along with Jay Chandler. And Levac has it underneath him. Chandler comes up with it, has it taken away by Morris. Headman pass. Here comes Jeff Bigelow. Bigelow's got more with him, breaks by the defense again, gets the backhander, the save, and the rebound comes in behind the net. Bigelow, another good turn of speed there, goes to Moore in the corner, trying to center it, goes back to the point, and here comes Daldo blowing by the Massena defenseman and feeds it ahead. We're going to have a penalty on Massena, a hooking call, and again, Daldo, dangerous.
Yes, he is, and the same Raider defenseman, Timmy Thompson, has been burned on the same move several times. He stands on the line and reaches instead of retreating. And that time he made the mistake. See, Coach Moore is talking to him now. He got beat up at the line, and he cost his team a penalty.
Moore. Tommy Moore.
Tommy Moore had to come back and save the day. No choice.
Yeah.
But the mistake was made up on the offensive blue line.
So that'll even it up 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. 13-13 left on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. It's 2-0 for the Massena Red Raiders, and Scotty Murphy owning both Massena goals. In behind the net. The puck controlled by Tommy Post. Post still has it, starts out now. And he circles around the other way. Now he's going to move it out on the other side, right side, out to center ice. Massena breaking down Post. He's still got the puck. Centering pass. Oh, it goes just by Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup back to his own blue line. Dumps it. Ahead, Fauché. Fauché trying to get by a check. Here's Fauché in the corner. Still tied up. Puck slides free. Whitcup trying to center it, but it's intercepted. And back the other way. Here comes Watertown, the Cyclones. Out to center ice. It's Quimby. Quimby loses it. Jason Labarge picks up the loose puck. Here comes Labarge racing by the defense. Labarge has it taken away. They jam in the corner. Labarge gets by the check. Looking for Whitcup in the slot. Centers it right in front. And Whitcup was too well tied up. Couldn't get the shot off. Labarge made a good play that time. Now Labarge going after it again. Comes away with it. Feeds it in the corner for Whitcup. Jason Labarge has had a good chip this time. Puck comes in behind the net. Whitcup with it. Kind of all by himself, gets knocked down, the puck poked free. Labarge is going to skate in, then decides not to as Fauché goes after it. Back to the point, Labarge knocking it to Fauché. Fauché in the slot, Whitcup can't find it, and the Cyclones clear out. 13 seconds left. Watertown actually on the power play now as they take it across the shot. And DeRushy, I'm not sure if that was on or not, but he got a piece of it. It goes into the corner, and it comes to Whitcup, back out to center ice, slides back in Watertown zone. And we're all even. 5-on-5 hockey here as Fauché comes after it, can't control it. Now McCracken helps out as Massena looks to change a line. Ooh, Tracy just threw a hard check. Tracy moving it along the boards. It squirts free. Murphy in there again, going after it. Feeds back. McCracken the shot. Tremont save, and McCracken right after it again. And he goes sprawling over the goaltender, but Tremont holds on, and the faceoff will come on the right side.
Scotty Murphy, he's a big package to handle. He's all over the ice. You mentioned Pat Tracy dishing out a check, and that was, he kind of hit him from behind. That was borderline penalty call there, but the ref didn't see it.
Off the faceoff, puck in behind the net. Watertown trying to clear it, and they just dump it down the ice. Schneider races for it. They're going to wave the icing off, and Brett has to come back for it. Brett feeds it over to Adams. Adams headman pass. Tracy. Tracy gets it out. It's intercepted by James. Tracy trying to follow up, kicks it ahead, and McCracken has to come back for it. Leaves it for Adams. Adams to McCracken. Headman picked up there. Here's Murphy. One-on-one with James. Breaking across and getting back. Here's Tracy picking up the loose puck as it was poked away. The Schneider shot through traffic. Knocked down, the save made. Back to the point. Adams keeps it in. Feeds it. Brett Schneider all by himself. The wind and the save made again by Tremont, who'd come way out of the net. Cut down the angle. Now it's picked up by McCracken as Massena threatening again. Here's McCracken. Steps by a check. Gets knocked off. It comes back after it by James. Centering it. Hits the back of the goalie stick. Goes in the corner. Scotty McCracken. And the net's knocked off its mooring. And Scotty, quite a bit smaller than James, but boy, he stuck with it, didn't he?
Oh, he certainly does. He impresses me out there. He's one tough customer.
I don't know, Dave. I think that coffee's a little late. What did you say?
I think about 2 periods late. He probably had it down in his office down there. Yes, he's smiling. He did.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. We appreciate it.
As always.
Better late than never.
Okay. It's the first game of the year. You got to give me a chance.
Back to the point, Thompson feeds it over to Levac. Levac, the big one, the drive, and the save made. The puck hits the back of the mesh. After it there, they jam for it. Bigelow knocked down. Morris comes after it, can't control, now gets a stick on it. It comes to Clements. Clements back to the point, kept in by Levac. Levac dumps it right on. Tremont makes the save, loses it. Bigelow after it there, back to the point again. Here's Levac, poke checked away, and Morris has to come out to center ice. Feeds it to Thompson, back to Morris, back to Thompson. Timmy across the blue line, his drive, high over the net. Now racing for it there is Tommy Moore. Moore with it, taken out of the play. Loose puck picked up by Krapser. Krapser feeds it around the board. Pinching in is Thompson. Thompson tries to keep it in. He does. Comes back to the point. Bigelow, now Morris. Here's Morris, circling, centers it. Tommy Moore, the shot, deflected up into the wall. And we'll have a face-off in Watertown territory. With 9:41 left on the clock, the Corky's Collision scoreboard reads 2-0 for the Massena Red Raiders.
Like to see that as a coach. Jake Morris had eyes out the side of his head. He spotted that winger on the left side. Not too many young centermen would have done that, but he was looking all the time. Laid a nice pass over there and a nice shot.
So we've got the Fauché line out now. Joey Fauché, Ed Davis, and Bobby Whitcup. Doldo's line out for Watertown. Off the face-off, Wilder with it. Yeah. Wilder starts out for the Cyclones. Headman to Daldo, poked away from him. Here comes Fauché back the other way, trying to center it. Daldo gets back and breaks up the play. Now he headmans it. It goes to Chris McCarthy. McCarthy across the blue line, slides one right on, the save made by DeRushy. Leaves it for Labarge. Labarge lugs it up along the boards and out to center ice. Fauché with it. Gets tied up on the play, following up there. And into the zone is Whitcup, taking off the puck. It comes back out to center ice. Labarge along the boards, moves it free, but we're going to have an offsides called against Massena as Whitcup got caught in the zone. And with 9:04 left in the third period, the Pete's Jewelry, or I should say the Corky's Collision scoreboard reads 2-0 for the Massena Red Raiders. And they're going to make a change here. Come back out with the Tracy line.
Another good shift for that third line of Fauché, Whitcup, and Davis. They've really been impressive out there.
Tracy will take the face-off. And Daldo stays out there with his line mates Hershey and Chandler. And it's dumped by Schneider in the Watertown zone. McCracken steals it. Into the corner he goes, looking to take it behind the net. He still stick handles center's pass right in front. And dumping on top of it is the goaltender, Tremont. As again, Murphy a little bit too deep. It came behind him, and he really couldn't turn around and get a shot off. And very alertly, Jason Tremont covered it up.
They're pinching in, bunching in front. The weak side defenseman is open. If the Raiders come up along the boards, make that diagonal pass to the defenseman on that far side, he's wide open. And blast a few shots from the point would loosen him up in front, Jerry.
Okay, Adams off the face-off. Centering pass, nobody home there. It's controlled by Hershey for Watertown. Headman pass, meant for Chandler, goes by him into the Massena zone. Adams after it there. Here comes Mike with a puck now, circling over on the other side. Adams still has it, lugs it, passes ahead. Murphy a little bit too far. Intercepted, bounced off the board. Pat Tracy follows, takes it across. Here's Tracy, drop pass, goes to Murphy in the corner. Tracy gets taken out of the play by Daldo. They get tied up there, but it's picked up in front. Murphy, all right across the goal mouth, and McCracken couldn't get a stick on it. Back to the point. Adams the drive, deflected into the corner. Murphy saw it, but couldn't get a stick on it. And back down the ice it goes, and it's going to go all the way back. Rushy making some noise there as it goes in behind the net. Pat Tracy feeding for McCracken. McCracken trying to dump it. Kept in at the point. Daldo trying to center it. He can't. The puck comes into the corner. Controlled by Adams. Adams goes by a check. Puts his head down and gets it back up. Long headman pass. Too far for McCracken. It's intercepted by James. The Watertown blue line. Now Schneider with it. Dumps it right back. That'll be an icing call against Massena. And move the faceoff back in Raider territory with 7:44 left on the clock on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Massena leads it 2-0.
Yeah, that was a good icing again by the Raiders, Brett Schneider. They were changing. They had a half a line out there. His defensive partner was already heading to the bench, and he was tired, so he took the icing, Jerry. A good, smart move by Brett Schneider. And I don't know if he'll make All-Northern, but I know I'd want to have him on my All-Northern academic team. He's really an intelligent young man.
And he's got a good head for hockey. He doesn't make too many mistakes. And he was really a tough Raider defenseman down the stretch for Massena until he got hurt last year. Okay, here comes Timmy Thompson. Across the blue line, trying to stick handle, gets upended. Where's the puck? In the slot. Now Tommy Moore back to the point. Here's Levac, a big drive, and he wound up, and the puck bouncing around, didn't get through anywhere. Morris falls down, can't control it, and the Cyclones clear it down the boards again. It comes all the way down the ice. In behind, it's picked up by Brian Levac. Levac gets by one check, trying to feed it ahead. James intercepts back to the Massena blue line. Thompson is there, takes it across. Oh, nice pass. Goes to, Morris. Couldn't get it out of my mouth there, but it's broken up and back out to center ice. Levac again. Levac has it stolen away. Here's a backhander, but really not much of a chance there. And it goes in behind the net. That was Scott Webb. He's on the third line, and he just doesn't have the skill. Here comes Massena back out to center ice, intercepted by Clemo, the defenseman. Clemo trying to move it ahead. Morris intercepts. Morris across the blue line. Here's Jake. Shifty play goes by. He's ridden into the boards. Puck comes free, goes underneath, and racing to pick it up. Here's Bigelow. Bigelow has it poke checked away from him. And down the sidelines it comes, and out to center ice. Picked up there by McCarthy across the blue line. Daldo, poke checked away. Bigelow. Bigelow headman hits the Fauché's skate and comes back. Bigelow follows it up and just dumps as he wants off. Puck comes in the zone. Back out to the blue line, kept in nicely by Labarge at the point. He stepped by the defenseman, centering pass. The goaltender is out, gets it back, and a shot taken by, let's see here. Not sure who got that shot off. Perhaps it was Davis. But anyway, The save was made, 2 of them, by Jason Tremont.
Something the coaching staff will point up at practice tomorrow, and again, we alluded to this before. He's a young defenseman, only a freshman, Brian Levac, but he's the last man back in the zone. And again, they're playing against an inexperienced, weak club, and he got away with it. But he handled the puck when he should have moved it. It was knocked off his stick, and somebody else could have danced in. A better club would have danced in and had a good scoring opportunity.
Here's a shot deflected right on. Save made, the rebound right in front. Whitcup takes a whack at it, gets railed, and the puck comes free. And Labarge tries to keep it out. He can't. And here comes down the ice Chandler. Chandler is taken into the boards by Post. And we're going to have a penalty. Tommy Post will get a holding call that time, as Chandler almost got by him and Post held. And with 5:38 left in the period, Tommy will sit, and Watertown will go on the power play. The Corky's Collision scoreboard reads Massena 2, Watertown no score.
One thing's picking up in this period, Jerry, besides the action, we're having to put a few more figures down here in the stat sheet. That's the 4th penalty of the period.
Yeah, that's what happens, I think, when players get tired. Yeah. A little more clutch and grab, a little more hold. Back off the face-off, puck in the circle. Watertown controls, back to the point. Kept in there, Bryant. Bryant trying to feed it through to Daldo, back to Bryant. Now the puck over on the other side, James. James feeding it, moving it around, Bryant. Bryant's pass intercepted, dumped down the ice by Pat Tracy. And it's going to slide in, and Tremont's going to leave it. James out there now, starts it up. His pass deflected, and Massena trying to take a whack at it. Comes into the Massena zone. Here comes Daldo, breaking in, gets by McCracken, circles behind the net. He's still got it. Nobody picks him up. He shoots, knocked down, gets it again, shoots, score! And you had to see that coming.
I think he kicked that one in. The Raiders are upset, and I agree with him. I think he directed that in with his skate. I don't think they're going to get the call. But I am in complete agreement, and the official was standing right on the play. Of course, he's the guy in charge. He doesn't see it that way, but I felt that Cyclone forward directed that in with his skate. Anyway, it's a 2-1 ball game we were talking about, and Daldo is he was the catalyst on that. Came around the net very smooth, and the Cyclones are right. Oh, correction, maybe they're not gonna. No, okay, he's going to overrule him. I agree with him. I think the other official, no goal. Yeah, he definitely, he directed that in with his skate.
You can't do that.
No, you can't do that. And, okay, good call, and they realize they made a mistake, and they're going to rectify it. I commend the officials for that. I don't know.
I don't think that the Watertown coach has a problem with it either. He doesn't seem to be arguing at all.
No, I don't think he should. It's a good call. And the backside official called it, I think.
Okay, off the face-off. Let's see what happens here. The puck comes to the blue line. Levac with it. Lifts it out to center ice. Still 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Here's James with it for Watertown. Slides it in the zone. We have a whistle. I think an offsides call there. And that'll move the face-off back out again. 4:46 left in the 3rd period. The Corky's Collision scoreboard reads 2-0 Massena. 38 seconds left in the penalty to Tommy Post. Off the face-off, the puck dumped but not out. Daldo, he breaks through. Thompson takes it away at the last minute. Dangerous play. We have a whistle. And the net's off its moorings. The face-off will come, I believe, outside the zone as the puck was headed out when the whistle blew.
I think Joe Daldo was a frustration that he couldn't reach that puck, and frustration and he's a little tired. He just went lollygagging into the net, knocked it off its moorings. But he's quite a hockey player.
Doesn't matter if he's tired. He's going to stay out there.
I know.
Jake Morris controls it. Headman pass. Bigelow trying to come up with it. He's knocked down. The puck comes free back to center ice. Morris picks up the loose puck. Blows by the defenseman. Breaks in. Shot save. Nice save by Tremont. And the rebound comes back to Watertown. Out to center ice. That's going to be an icing call against the Cyclones as it goes all the way down the ice. And I'll tell you what, the tiredness of the Watertown defenseman showed that time. It was James who got beat, and he's one of their best. And he just kind of stood around, and Morris went right by. It took a good save by Tremont to keep that puck out of the net.
Jake Morris shifted into another gear when he went by the defenseman. And again, he was looking. And that was a super save because that was labeled for the corner. But Tremont got the blocker out there. Great save.
Tracy out there now to try to kill it off. Looks to get a puck, or stick on the puck, and he controls it into the corner. Oh, he gets railed, gets right back up again, goes after it. In the corner some more. They jam. The penalty is up, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Tommy Post whacks at it. We got delay offsides waved off as the puck comes in behind the net. Under 4 minutes remaining on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, 2-0 Massena. Puck bouncing around at the blue line. And it hits the boards. They jam for it. Now McCracken throws a check. The puck squirts free. Picked up by Murphy. Murphy gets by the shot. Save made. Labeled for the corner again. Back to the point it comes. Adams with it. Dumps in the corner for Murphy. Murphy has to go off his skate. Watertown picks it up. It comes back out to center ice. Brett Schneider has it knocked away, but Tracy is there to cover up. And he controls it. Oh, nice pass to McCracken across the blue line. McCracken has it taken away by the defenseman. It's back out to center ice. Poke check thrown there. They jam at it. And across the blue line into the zone it comes. Controlled by Waltz in behind the net. Mike Adams with it. Feeding the 45 Murphy. Circles back. Here's Murphy. Headman pass to McCracken. He's just going to dump it out to center ice on the backhand. Back in the zone. Murphy trying to put a little interference there, but breaking out is Chandler. Chandler gets by a check of McCracken. Across the blue line. Feeds it into the Massena zone. Mike Adams is there. In behind the net. Circles back on the other side. Schneider whacks at it. Feeds it through. Here's the headman pass from Whitcup as that third line out there for Massena. It's intercepted. Comes back to the blue line. Here comes Daldo. The big drive, the save. The rebound poked into the corner. And it's Daldo picking it up again. Centers it. Knocked down in front. Daldo again the backhand. Another save made by DeRushy. And Schneider feeds it around. Daldo, one-man wrecking crew.
Yes, and DeRushy looked behind him one time. He thought that one was in on the first shot.
Here comes Fauché. Fauché across the blue line. Fauché in the slot, can't get the shot off, and Tremont comes out and covers it up. And, you know, I think when Stan Moore looks back at the tape and looks at this game, he's going to say, I think I'm glad they played a team like Watertown.
Yes, you know, it's getting the kinks out. Watertown hasn't been in the ball game. You look at the scoreboard, 2-0. You say, gee whiz, you read that in the paper. They haven't been in the ball game, but this has got to be a moral victory for the Cyclones. You know, they're outmatched, and they hold their head up high.
Back to the point. Here's post shot, knocked down. Right in front, Bigelow feeding Morris. Nice save by Tremont as he came out of the net and took it right off Morris's stick. And Jake's got to be shaking his head. He's had some good chances, and Tremont's robbed him 3 or 4 times.
Oh, they could arrest him for all the robberies. They put the cuffs on him tonight. He's robbed them blind.
Face off, left side. Watertown zone. Back to the point it comes. Jason Labarge shot. Ooh, went off Morris's leg. That was labeled for the corner. Now it's Tommy Moore in the corner. After it, dumps it around behind the net. Jason Labarge with it under 2 minutes left. His shot knocked down. Out to center ice it comes. Tommy Post picking it up. Dumps to the wing. Moore trying to feed Labarge. Labarge feeds it ahead to the blue line. Bouncing pass hits the back of a skate. Jake Morris picks it up across the blue line. Headman pass, dumped, back out to center ice. Here's Labarge waiting, takes it across. Labarge trying to dump it through. It's intercepted back to the blue line. Labarge keeps it in, throws a check, but it's back out. Jake Morris picks it up. Morris and Tommy Moore apparently broke his stick, goes back for some new lumber. And Post drops it behind his back to Labarge. The drive from the blue line, way wide, goes in behind the net with 1:20 left. Now the puck around behind the boards. Finally picked up there by Greg Clemo, who just dumps it to the Massena blue line. Tommy Post is there. Post ahead to Murphy. Murphy gets railed. The puck comes free. Here comes Daldo. Daldo, oh, nice sweep check there by Labarge, and it goes into the corner. Daldo throws him into the boards. The puck moving. Bounces around in behind the net and is picked up by Post with under 1 minute left to play. Post trying to slide it ahead, follows it himself, and it's out to center ice. Post still controls. Headman pass. Pat Tracy off sides. Scotty McCracken a little bit ahead of the play on the right side.
The Raider defense has played solid tonight, Jerry, all the way around. Not too many mistakes out there. And another thing they've got going for them, I looked at the stats. They're all pretty big. They're all over 6, I think, except Jason Labarge, and he's a good solid 5'10", 170. So they have a big, rangy defensive core.
And they got a big goaltender in Bruce DeRushy.
Big and aggressive.
Yes. He enjoys the game.
He certainly does. I know he enjoys playing football, too.
Yes. That's right. You got to see him. We're going to have a timeout on the ice. On the Corky's Collision scoreboard, we have a 2-0 Massena score. 45 seconds.
Losers.
Donnie Clark likes it. Why, I don't know, but maybe we can get him to explain it this year. Now the puck comes back out to center ice. Daldo, who else after it? He comes up with it. Daldo across the blue line. The puck squirts free. They jam at it. Back to the point. Kept in there. Dump back again. And finally, Fauché gets it out. Now here comes Massena again. Eddie Davis across the blue line. Got Whitcomb. Oh, nice move by Davis. Gets by the defense. Oh, and he fired it wide as he beat the goalie as well, but couldn't quite control the backhand and fired it just wide. So goalie stays in there, obviously. And the puck comes back along the boards and out to center ice. We're down to 5 seconds left as Joey Fauché races for it. The Massena Red Raiders are going to go 1-0 on the year. I guess you can't say it's a pretty win, Dave, but it's a win, and it's the first win of the year.
That's right, Jerry, and it's a game to get all the kinks out, to get the hesitations out. I thought, there's no question the Raiders dominated out there in all aspects of the game, and they handled themselves pretty well. They weren't that polished around the net. I think that'll come with time, but they ran into a really hot goaltender, Jason Tremont. He was outstanding. And the Cyclones can leave Massena with their head up high. They hung in there. They played tough the whole ball game.